All right, sophomores. Well, this is our last goodbye. Um, Hopefully, I'll see you again next year, and hopefully, things will be back to normal. Um, so here I am, my favorite place, one of my many favorite places, 1,000 feet above Utah County, my mountain bike, and nothing but the pine forest. And look, someone's been up here making their new home. I don't know, but this is new. So, I wanted to touch base with you about the personal vignette. I know I said I was going to put this up there yesterday, but yesterday it didn't work out that I could be in a beautiful place. So, um, I'll just walk around the pine forest while I tell you about it. So, as the assignment says, it needs to be between 750, that's the minimum. And to find out how many words you've typed in Google Docs, you go to the tools menu, click it, and then there's a word count, and it will tell you how many words you've done. So there won't be any excuses. You say, I didn't want to go through and count all the words. Well, you don't have to. Technology is beautiful. So, as is the pine forest. So set between 750 and 1,500 words. If you go over 1,500 words, I'm not as alarmed by it as not writing at least 750 words. So, you will take the table of contents that you guys wrote at the beginning of the term, just those 12 to 16 chapter titles of things that might be interesting for you to talk about from your life. So you can take one of those, or really, if you have had something happen since then that you want to write about. 750 words is not a lot for a story. And you'll notice that a lot of the vignettes from the house on Mango Street are very short too. So I want them to be short like that, but also good details and maybe unique things, unique ways that you can tell your story. So normally when I teach this, the house on Mango Street, I share a whole bunch of stories from my own life. So it's always a fun time for me to have story time with my students. So I'll tell you one of my stories, and pay attention to the details. Pay attention to the sights, sounds, and smells, because as the assignment shows, you need to have you need to use your five senses so that you bring your reader, me, and anyone else you want to share your story with into your story. So my friends and I, when we were in high school, we had some illegal fireworks. We had gone to Wyoming to buy some bottle rockets and some firecrackers and things like that. And well, we were kind of being stupid one day. We decided we were going to drive around Orem and shoot bottle rockets out the windows of my friend's 1984 Volkswagen Rabbit. If you've never seen a Volkswagen Rabbit, you should Google it right now. Look up 1984 Volkswagen Rabbit, tan. They were the sweet car. If you were cool in school, you had a Volkswagen Rabbit. So he had these fake sheepskin seat covers. So when you sat on them, you felt like you were in the lap of luxury. So we were driving around Orem, thinking we were all funny. We had a shoebox. I was in the back seat with another friend. My friend Richie was driving, and Brett was in the front passenger seat, shooting bottle rockets out the window. And we had a punk. You know what a punk is, right? It's one of those sticks that you light, and it just kind of smolders. It has like a red glowing tip. And you use it to light your fireworks. It just kind of takes forever to burn. You just touch it to the fuse of whatever you're lighting, and it will, you know, the fun begins. So we were back there, lighting off bottle rockets, shooting them out the windows, thinking we were the funniest people ever. When all of a sudden we heard this sound. It sounded like a box of snakes had been let loose in the car. And before we knew it, the punk had dropped into the box of fireworks, igniting said box of fireworks. So we had a box of bottle rockets and firecrackers going off inside my friend's Volkswagen Rabbit. Needless to say, he slammed on the brakes right in the middle of Center Street in Orem. We all jumped out like a true Chinese fire drill. Jumped out, ran to the side of the road, and watched as bottle rockets and smoke shot out the windows of his 1984 tan Volkswagen Rabbit. Took about 5 minutes for the chaos to stop. Smoke dispersed. We got into the Volkswagen Rabbit, and the fake sheepskin seat covers that were so plush and so beautiful had melted onto the vinyl seats of the tan 1984 Volkswagen Rabbit. So it's quite the exciting adventure. And what it tells you is that crime doesn't pay, kids, because his Volkswagen Rabbit smelled like burned fake sheepskin seat covers until he sold it in 1991. So there's your story. Find one from your own lives. I know a lot of your stories are going to be COVID-19, the miseries of quarantine, but that's the world we live in now. So hopefully you've been able to entertain yourselves, do something crazy, and tell a story that will be full of details, sights, sounds, smells, and feelings. And good luck to you all. I'll see you next year, unless I see you at graduation for one of your siblings. So take care.